Well, we can't just stand here and be completely defenseless against this enemy that's attacking. So we need to now create some code for the player attacking. Now, this is where it's a little bit different from Python in the sense that the code in here only has to do with the bat. You can see the bat's highlighted here. We need to write some bear code, so we'll have to come and click on the image of the bear. And now we can put code here. So let's make some code here. What would the bear do when he attacks? Well, probably, like, honestly, some of the stuff is kind of similar to what's happening when the bat attacks. So I'm actually going to use a really cool feature of Scratch here, which is called the backpack. If I just zoom out there a little bit. So over here, if I click on the backpack, it loads up. I'm just going to delete this other thing I had in there. And I'm not going to take this top block here, but I'm going to drag all of this code and put it into my backpack, and then go across to the bear, which is me, and drag this code out of the backpack. And to start with, I'll just put a when the green flag's clicked here. Now let's see what needs to be different about my attack. I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to say enemy name, am I? So let's take that out, drop it away over the blocks tile here. And I'm going to say player name users. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I want the player input. So before we do any of this kind of stuff, I'm going to ask, if I go into sensing here, and I'm going to ask what attack should I use? And then in here, I'm going to say whatever the answer is over here, I'm going to put it in there. So if you say use stomp, it's going to say player name, whatever that is, uses stomp for 2 seconds. And again, let's quickly go and grab a different sound here, because I think the bear's not going to make an owl sound. So if I go across to sounds here, and I can click on here, and I can go through maybe animal sounds here, something that sounds maybe kind of scary. Well, that's definitely not going to work. That moo actually sounds almost bear-like. I might use that. So if I click on that, go back to the code, and now I should have moo available. I'm just going to do that. And let's have a look at these bear costumes. Let's see if it's actually going to work. It goes to this one and then to that one. It's not much of a change, but we'll see if the code works. So go to next costume, and then switch back to the first one. Again, set damage. I might, just to be on the safe side, because I don't want these to get mixed up, I might make a new variable called damage to enemy, just in case they get mixed up if they're happening at the same time or something. So I'll go damage to enemy, and I will set damage to enemy to pick a random number between 6 and 20. I might make it between 8 and 20 just to make it a little bit easier for the player. So for me, for my attack, I'm going to say it inflicts. Again, if I click on this, I can select damage to enemy, and I'll just change all those damages to damage to enemy. And of course, we're not going to be affecting the player's health now. We're going to be affecting the enemy's health. I can right click on this one, by the way. Enemy health. Okay. Now, if I run this, it's going to happen at the same time as the bat. So what I might do is I might just go over to the bat, and I'll just take the attack off. So the bat's not going to attack. It'll just be me attacking. Let's have a go at this. What attack should I use? Let's say Stomp. It says Big Bear uses Stomp. It inflicts 12 damage, and then you can see the enemy health has gone down. So that's working. It's always really important to test that things are working. Great. So I have that working. Again, though, all of this code here is kind of annoying to think about altogether, because now I've successfully created what I want to create. I don't want to think about the details anymore. So if I go into my blocks, make a block. Now the blocks are just for that particular sprite. So I can call this attack as well as the other one, and it doesn't matter because it's in a different sprite. So I'm just going to take all of that, put it off the screen. Don't worry about it unless I need to change it, and then I can just say attack. So let's see if that works. What attack should I use? Claw maybe. Big Bear uses Claw. It inflicts 20 damage. Okay, fantastic. Now, here's for a little bit of the challenge here, is, and I'll get more into this into the next video, is how are we going to communicate the timing here between these two enemies, or the player and the enemy, so that once one attack is finished, it goes back to you, etc., etc., etc. And we'll look at that in the next video.